Have you ever wondered if there are parts of your life that should remain private, especially as you grow older? What if the key to a more peaceful, dignified, and resilient life lies in knowing what to keep close to your heart and what to share? As we move into the later chapters of life, especially after the age of 55, certain wisdom starts to emerge, a wisdom found in silence and the subtle power of discretion. Today, we're diving into 9 essential things that, if you're between the ages of 55 and 75, could profoundly change the way you experience life by simply keeping them private. By the end of this video, you'll understand how privacy around your finances can protect your independence, why guarding your health updates can reduce stress, and how holding onto family secrets can preserve harmony. Each area we cover has the potential to help you cultivate a life filled with inner peace, free from the unnecessary weight of others' opinions and judgments. Together, we'll explore how choosing what to keep private doesn't mean withdrawing from the world, but rather creating a personal sanctuary, a source of strength and resilience that no one can take from you. Stay with us until the end to uncover these powerful insights and discover how practicing discretion can lead to a richer, more fulfilling life. Trust me, by the last tip, you'll feel empowered to embrace the quieter, dignified strength that comes from safeguarding the most sacred parts of your journey. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. As we move into the later chapters of life, especially after the age of 55, a certain wisdom starts to emerge. A wisdom that often lies in silence and in the subtle power of knowing what to keep private. Do you know what should remain unsaid as you grow older? What should be shielded, held close, and not shared openly? There is a quiet dignity in knowing which parts of your life to guard, and this chosen silence becomes a key to living with grace, serenity, and a sense of profound self-respect. Today, I warmly invite you to explore 9 things that, if you're between the ages of 55 and 75, you might choose to keep private. In a quiet, sun-dappled village, there was an elderly man whose presence alone seemed to radiate a sense of peace and quiet respect. This man, known for his advanced years and gentle demeanor, had become a figure of deep wisdom in his community. He was a man of few words, but when he did speak, his voice seemed to carry the weight of 1,000 unspoken thoughts, and everyone around would fall silent, eager to listen. One day, a young man from the village, who was restless and uncertain of his path, approached him. Eager to learn the secret behind the elder's tranquility and respect, he asked, "Master, you have lived so long, and everyone here holds you in such high regard. How did you manage to lead such a peaceful, dignified life? What is the secret to achieving such serenity and wisdom?" The old man smiled, his eyes glinting with the gentle wisdom of years gone by. He gestured for the young man to sit with him under the shade of a grand, ancient tree. As they settled, he gazed thoughtfully at the horizon, his mind wandering through memories of a life well lived, each silence heavy with meaning. Finally, in a soft, almost whispering tone, he began to share his story. "When I was young, much like you," he said, "I felt an overwhelming urge to share every detail of my life. I thought that sharing my joys, my fears, my burdens, and even secrets that weren't my own would make me feel more connected, more understood. I wanted everyone to see the real me, so I spoke openly, believing this would strengthen my bonds with others. But as time went on, I discovered something unexpected." The young man leaned in, captivated by the elder's words. The old man continued, "The more I spoke, the more vulnerable I became. I soon realized that not everyone who listens has good intentions, and that some parts of my life, once shared, seemed to lose their magic, their sanctity. I began to feel my peace slipping away, bit by bit. And so, over the years, I learned a valuable lesson, one that wasn't easy to accept. I learned that not everyone needs to know every part of your life. Some things are too precious, too personal, to give away so freely?" Intrigued, the young man asked, "What did you do then, master?" The elder, his face softened by a knowing smile, replied, "I decided that not everything in life should be shared. I realized there are things too valuable, too sacred, to cast into the world's noise. I began to choose carefully what I said, and more importantly, who I said it to. This wasn't out of fear, but rather, it was a way to protect the peace I felt inside, the same peace you see in me today." He paused, letting the weight of his words sink in. Discretion became my ally, a quiet shield against the chaos of too many voices, too much openness. The young man nodded, slowly understanding the elder's message. The old man wasn't advocating silence for its own sake, but was emphasizing the importance of protecting one's inner world. The elder leaned in closer, his voice as soft as a whisper. "True wisdom, my young friend, is not found in saying everything but in knowing what to keep for yourself. Discretion is the guardian of peace, and with time, you'll find that less external noise allows you to hear the voice of your own soul more clearly." And with that, the old man rose, patting the young man's shoulder kindly. He walked away, leaving behind an echo of wisdom that would linger in the young man's heart long after. Watching him go, the young man felt a wave of curiosity and respect. The elder's words had stirred something deep within him, but he felt there was still more to understand. "Master," he called out with genuine curiosity, "I understand that not everything should be shared, but how do you decide what to keep private? How do you know what is best held close and what can be safely given to others?" In that moment, under the gentle sway of the tree's branches, the young man began to grasp the beautiful, silent art of living with dignity, understanding that sometimes the most powerful things we can say are the things we choose not to share. The old man, with that gentle, knowing smile, a smile that seemed to carry the weight of countless experiences and lessons, looked at the young man thoughtfully and nodded. "Ah, now that is a wise question," he began, his voice soft yet filled with a quiet intensity. "There are certain parts of our lives, delicate threads of our inner world, that, if shared too freely, can do more harm than we realize. And I don't just mean harm in terms of how others see us. It's also about the impact on our own peace, our sense of self." The young man leaned forward, his eyes wide with anticipation, eager to absorb every word of wisdom. The old man took a deep breath, the wind stirring gently around them as if nature itself were listening. As we grow older, we come to see that what once felt necessary to share no longer holds that same importance. In the early years, we may feel a constant need for validation, thinking that by sharing every detail of our lives, we connect with others. But over time, you start to understand that some parts of your life are sacred, pieces of your soul meant to remain within. Protecting these parts of yourself isn't selfish. It's an act of preserving your autonomy, your essence. By telling everything to others, we give away little pieces of ourselves that should perhaps stay untouched, unshared. He paused, allowing the young man to let the words settle, to feel the weight of what he was sharing. The gentle rustling of leaves filled the silence, a peaceful reminder of the power of quiet. "There are things, my young friend," the old man continued, "that need no words, not because they're shameful or bad, but because in the silence around them lies a quiet power, a strength that remains untouched by the interpretations and judgments of others. Real wisdom isn't just in what we say, it's also in what we choose to keep close." People often forget that silence itself can be a powerful answer. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment one below to let me know that you are still here with me. The young man felt something stir deeply within him. He realized that it wasn't just about secrecy or holding back, but about building a fortress of his own life, an inner world that could not be shaken by others' opinions or misinterpretations. He murmured, almost to himself, "So what I don't share can actually make me stronger." With a slight nod, the old man stood, signaling that their conversation had come to a close. "Exactly. And when you reach my age, you'll understand this even more clearly. In time, you'll see that by keeping certain aspects of your life private, you are holding on to something that remains entirely yours, an unbreakable core of strength. Now that we've absorbed this powerful lesson from the elder, I encourage you to reflect on your own life. Are there things you've been freely sharing that perhaps deserve the sanctuary of silence? Are there pieces of yourself you've given away that might be better kept within? Let's now explore the 9 things you should consider keeping private if you're between 55 and 75 years old. Trust me, each one of these is a small key to a calmer, more dignified life. If this message resonates with you, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below with, "My wisdom is in silence." And remember to like this video and subscribe for more guidance on living with inner peace and strength. Money. Money is often the first area to keep under wraps. Never, under any circumstances, is it wise to share specific details about your financial situation. Financial stability, especially as we age, becomes a pillar of comfort, a source of peace. However, it can also become a point of vulnerability. When you reveal too much about your assets, income, or savings, you inadvertently open a door to others' expectations, or worse, the risk of exploitation. Think about it. Mentioning your finances, even with the best of intentions, can lead people to view you through a different lens. Friends, family, even casual acquaintances may start seeing you as someone they can benefit from. Often, this shift in perception isn't even conscious. It's human nature to look at wealth and think of possibilities. But that doesn't mean it's harmless. By discussing your finances openly, you invite attention that might bring discomfort, judgment, or even resentment into your life. The wisdom of Stoic philosophy offers a valuable perspective here. Wealth is merely a tool, not a measure of personal worth. Seneca, a revered Stoic, reminds us that true value lies not in what we possess but in how we govern our possessions. By keeping silent about money, you protect yourself from the weight of others' expectations, allowing yourself the freedom to live according to your own values. Privacy around finances is a gift to yourself. It shields you from potential misunderstandings, misinterpretations, and judgments, preserving the peace that only discretion can bring. Let's delve into another topic that, though perfectly natural, can be quite sensitive: age. The passing years are inevitable, but talking excessively about age can shape how others perceive you, often in unintended ways. When you bring up your age frequently, you may find people responding to you with assumptions about limitations rather than possibilities. Suddenly, conversations shift, and you may find others treating you with undue caution, assuming you're less capable or in need of extra care. Their intentions may be kind, but these assumptions can impact you more deeply than you might expect. Worse still, over time, you might begin to internalize these perceptions and place limits on yourself. The real danger of discussing age too often is that it can subtly reinforce boundaries that restrict your outlook and potential. The truth, however, is that age is merely a number, one that does not define the richness of your experiences or the vibrancy of your present. What truly matters is how you approach each day, how you nurture your curiosity, and how actively you engage with life. Wisdom, resilience, and joy are qualities that transcend any number. Embrace these qualities, focus on what you can do, and let your actions, rather than your age, speak for who you are. Family secrets. Every family has its tapestry of stories, woven with joyful moments, cherished memories, and, inevitably, private threads best kept within the family. Sometimes these stories involve past misunderstandings, conflicts, or mistakes that don't need to be aired. Holding these moments close isn't a sign of hiding the truth, but rather an act of protecting the family's dignity. Sharing family issues or private memories, even casually, can have consequences that we may not foresee. A seemingly harmless mention of a family dispute or past incident can stir up old wounds, spark unnecessary tension, or even embarrass those involved. As the Stoics taught, mastering our impulses and emotions is essential to living a peaceful life. This mastery applies to our words, too. Choosing silence over disclosure, especially regarding family matters, is often a gesture of respect not only for others but for oneself. By keeping family secrets private, you demonstrate a commitment to preserving harmony, allowing family bonds to strengthen without the weight of unnecessary exposure or judgment. Remember, silence is often an act of love, a way of avoiding the harm that well-intended words can sometimes bring. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Health. Health naturally becomes a more central concern as we age, from doctor's visits to medication routines to daily wellness practices. It's only natural to feel the urge to share our health experiences with others, whether as a way of connecting or simply seeking comfort. However, health, too, is an area to approach with discretion. While sharing a health challenge may feel cathartic, it also shapes how others view you. Talking too much about your health can lead others to see you in a light you may not wish, perceiving you as more vulnerable or fragile than you feel. Moreover, the moment we discuss a health concern, we often find ourselves met with a flood of unsolicited advice or opinions. Though well-intentioned, this barrage can feel overwhelming, adding stress rather than comfort. Privacy around health isn't just about autonomy. It's about maintaining a sense of agency over your well-being. When you limit discussions of health, you retain control, allowing you to focus on your care in your own way, free from others' interpretations. Health is deeply personal, and by keeping it private, you can navigate it with a sense of calm, minimizing outside pressures or opinions. Charitable donations. We all know that helping others is one of the noblest actions we can take in life, whether it's donating money, time, or effort. The simple act of giving without expecting anything in return fills the soul. But here lies a crucial question. Does everyone need to know what you're doing? You may have met people who constantly talk about their acts of charity as if they wanted to ensure that the whole world recognizes their generosity. The true challenge is giving without seeking glory. When you share every act of charity you perform, the focus shifts from the cause to yourself. Charity loses its purity when it's turned into a spectacle. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoics, made this point clearly. The best way to help is without seeking glory or rewards. The Stoics believed in virtue for its own sake, not in the need to be praised for it. Giving in silence, without expecting recognition, is the highest form of generosity because the true beneficiary is the other person, not your ego. Take a moment and think. When was the last time you helped someone without saying a word about it? That's the kind of action that leaves a deep impact, not only on the recipient's life but on yours as well. At the end of the day, it's not about how much you gave or whom you helped, but about doing it with humility, knowing that the greatest impact isn't in what others see, but in what is achieved in silence. Personal beliefs. Let's step into one of the most personal spaces of all, your beliefs. These are the ideas, values, and principles that have been shaped by your experiences, struggles, and life lessons. They are woven into the fabric of who you are, giving depth and meaning to your life. However, sharing your beliefs constantly or insisting that others adopt them can often lead to misunderstandings, tension, or even conflict. When we speak too openly and frequently about what we believe, whether it's our faith, philosophy, or worldview, we can create more barriers than connections. The reality is that not everyone shares the same perspective, and that's part of life's beauty. Embracing our beliefs without always needing to voice them can be a profound act of respect, both toward ourselves and others. The challenge arises when we feel the need to make others understand, validate, or even adopt our ideas. This is where our peace can slip away, as attempts to explain ourselves can sometimes lead others to question, misunderstand, or even dismiss our beliefs. As we age, we start to understand the value of internal harmony. And part of this harmony comes from recognizing that it's often unnecessary to state everything we think or believe. Holding our beliefs close doesn't mean hiding them or denying who we are. It means we honor the fact that they don't need anyone else's validation to be meaningful. They're valuable precisely because they're deeply personal, precious parts of our journey. Insults. Releasing old grudges is another powerful step toward peace. Over the years, we often carry a heavy load of past insults, old arguments, and bitter words, an invisible weight that drags us down. Imagine carrying a sack filled with stones, each one representing a hurtful memory, an unkind remark, or a grudge. It only weighs you down and keeps you from moving forward with ease and freedom. Many of these wounds come from people who may not even be in your life anymore. Why allow their words to take up space in your present? The irony is that, while you may still hold on to these memories, the other person likely doesn't even remember the incident. By revisiting past hurts, you keep those wounds alive, letting them affect your life long after they should have faded. Stoic wisdom encourages us to let go of what we cannot control, and the past is firmly in that category. What happened, happened. What was said, was said. True strength lies in freeing yourself from these invisible chains, allowing yourself to walk forward without the burden of resentment. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing not to let past pain dictate your present. It's an act of courage and self-respect, one that allows you to reclaim control over your mind and heart. In releasing those grudges, you free yourself, making room for joy, lightness, and clarity, honor and reputation. As we grow older, the desire for recognition and respect often becomes less about public acclaim and more about private dignity. Honor and reputation are indeed precious, but there's a difference between protecting your good name and seeking validation through praise. When we reach a point of maturity, we realize that we don't need to constantly remind others of our accomplishments for our lives to have meaning. There is a quiet power in knowing that who you are is already reflected in how you live your life. True greatness is shown in humility, not in the need for applause. It's easy to feel the urge to share our achievements, to remind others of our worth. But when that feeling arises, ask yourself, do I really need to say this? A dignified life speaks for itself without needing the constant reinforcement of external approval. The Stoics taught that honor comes from living well, not from talking about our successes. Your actions, your life's quiet triumphs, and your resilience are already visible to those who matter. You don't need to broadcast your worth because the people who truly know you already see and appreciate who you are. In a world that thrives on constant display, there is something deeply freeing about living your life authentically, without needing to prove your value to others. Sexuality. Your sexuality, your intimate life, is yours alone. A private realm that belongs to you and, if you have a partner, to the two of you together. As we age, society often tries to define what's acceptable or normal, sometimes even diminishing the importance of intimacy for older adults. But the truth is, for those who embrace this part of life, it remains just as meaningful, vibrant, and personal as ever. Whether you choose to keep this part of your life active or let it rest is a personal decision, one that doesn't require anyone else's understanding or approval. Society may try to trivialize or even stigmatize intimacy in older adults, as if it's somehow less valid or appropriate. But intimacy, at any age, is a celebration of connection, affection, and the beauty of shared moments. It doesn't need justification or explanation, nor should it be subject to anyone's opinion. Embrace this part of yourself with confidence and self-respect, knowing that what's intimate should remain intimate. Your personal life is yours to cherish, away from the world's gaze or judgment. At this age, living authentically means honoring your choices, embracing your desires, and finding joy in the private. Here's the key. Sexuality is a realm where privacy is truly fundamental, a sacred part of life that thrives in discretion. This privacy is not about secrecy born of shame, nor is it a reluctance to be open. It's about preserving the dignity and sanctity of your inner world, keeping for yourself what is intimately and uniquely yours. Sharing details of your intimate life is rarely necessary, and more often than not, it leads to unwelcome consequences. Exposing something so personal can open doors to the judgments, unsolicited advice, and misconceptions of others, opinions that they have no right to impose on you. Reflect for a moment. What is truly gained by discussing something so private? In reality, it is a powerful choice to reserve this part of your life for yourself, to keep it protected in a space beyond the reach of others' views. This discretion is an act of self-respect, a decision that upholds your personal dignity and allows you to live gracefully, without explanations, justifications, or exposure to external interpretations. Ultimately, your sexuality is a deeply personal part of your life, one that belongs exclusively to you, and it deserves to be honored as such. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. In exploring these points, we have touched on the essential nature of discretion and the wisdom of choosing what to share and what to keep sacred. This is wisdom in its purest, most distilled form. As we age, the fabric of life becomes increasingly woven with moments of restraint and choices of silence. This is not a retreat from life, but a conscious step toward protecting our sense of peace and dignity. Especially in later years, living well is as much about what we do as it is about what we choose not to do, what we say, and what we prefer to keep silent. Protecting your privacy becomes an act of self-care, a means of aging with dignity and inner strength that stands independent of anyone else's validation or approval. This privacy does not mean withdrawing from the world or cutting ties with others. Rather, it is about carefully choosing the moments of openness and weighing the value of what we share with others. Because in the end, true peace and self-contentment often come from living with a sense of harmony within yourself, a balance that allows you to feel whole and complete. As you reflect on these 9 essential aspects to keep private, consider the power that lies in choosing your words with care, in maintaining an inner reserve. This reserve is not emptiness, it is fullness, a profound reservoir of strength, dignity, and self-respect. In each decision to keep a part of your life private, you protect your autonomy, your worth, and the unique value of your experiences. This practice of discretion doesn't mean building walls or isolating yourself from others. Instead, it means creating a balance that allows you to remain present, engaged, and compassionate with others while guarding the aspects of your life that constitute your personal sanctuary. This sanctuary is a profound source of inner strength, a space where the knowledge, wisdom, and peace accumulated over a lifetime are held close, free from the noise of others' opinions. When you protect your privacy, you protect a deep sense of self, preserving the intimate journey of your life, the quiet battles, the moments of clarity, and the love that has colored your path. These are treasures that only grow richer within the quiet, sacred spaces of your heart and mind, without the need for constant sharing. The strength of privacy grants you the power to live with a deep-seated confidence, untouched by the fluctuating, unpredictable judgments of others. This wisdom becomes more valuable as you embrace the idea that true contentment often resides in silence, in choosing restraint over the urge to reveal all. In honoring the quieter, less visible parts of yourself, you are shaping a life of dignity, one that reflects the essence of who you are. Let your kindness, your resilience, and your actions serve as the markers of your character. Those who truly value and respect you will sense your worth without needing to know every detail. This journey of discretion draws you closer to inner peace, a peace that flows naturally when you live in alignment with your authentic self, when you choose what to share thoughtfully, out of a genuine desire rather than any sense of compulsion. Here, you find true freedom, a life rooted in self-respect, clarity, and resilience. By embracing this wisdom, you are not only choosing to protect the most personal aspects of yourself, you are also choosing to live with a sense of intentionality and self-empowerment. As you reflect on these 9 areas to keep private, allow yourself to savor the quiet power of discretion. There is a profound and timeless wisdom in choosing what to reveal and what to hold close to your heart. In each decision to remain silent, you are affirming your dignity, safeguarding your independence, and cherishing the singular value of your life experiences. This approach to privacy does not mean shutting the world out or distancing yourself from connection. Instead, it is about creating a balance that allows you to be both deeply present and grounded within yourself, preserving those aspects of your life that form your inner sanctuary. This sanctuary, this carefully protected inner world, is a wellspring of strength, a haven where the wisdom, peace, and resilience that you've gathered over a lifetime continue to flourish, untouched by the curiosities or judgments of others. When you safeguard this privacy, you honor the essence of your life's journey, nurturing a deep sense of self that remains unshaken by the opinions of others. In preserving this sanctuary, you find a source of quiet courage, a foundation of calm that gives you the power to live gracefully and confidently, free from the need for external validation. Embracing this wisdom means embracing the value of silence and restraint in shaping a life of serene dignity. By keeping certain matters private, you not only retain control over your own life, but also cultivate a life that reflects your deepest values and truest self. Let your actions speak for you, let your kindness shine through, and let your quiet strength be the mark of your character. Those who truly respect and value you will come to understand who you are without needing to know every intimate detail. This path of discretion and inner peace draws you closer to a life that aligns with your authentic self. A life where you share only what you wish to share, and hold close the parts of yourself that deserve to remain private. This, in its essence, is true freedom. A life grounded in self-respect, clarity, and resilience that reflects the quiet, unshakable strength within. As you embrace this journey, remember that every choice to keep a part of yourself private is a choice for inner peace and dignity. The sanctuary of your inner world is a priceless treasure, a place where your most cherished experiences, insights, and strengths can continue to deepen and grow, enriching your life without the need for external validation. As we come to the close of this journey, I invite you to pause and reflect. What have you learned so far? Which insight resonated most deeply, and what will you bring into practice in your own life? Perhaps it's the power of silence, the value of discretion, or the wisdom in protecting the sacred aspects of your life. Comment below with one thing you've learned and plan to embrace, whether it's a new perspective on privacy or a deeper understanding of inner peace. If this video has added value to your life, please share your thoughts below. And if you'd like to continue exploring the wisdom of aging with dignity and strength, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us on this path toward a more serene, empowered life.